Okay, so I'm going to rush this intro because Callie and Emma are here and, and he is going to get in the middle of the video. But we are going into our Cambridge bar bench press today. Plan for this day is it's higher repetition, more pumpy kind of work. We're just hitting kind of end range, just making sure everything feels good, everything's healthy, and we don't want to kind of overdo it before Saturday. That doesn't mean we can't kind of get all the higher rep work in. We're just not going to go too heavy. I think Emma's going to be afraid to get... I'm good, Emma. Thank you. You're on camera now, though. Is there anything? So I have no expectations to be able to touch on this just yet, but I am hoping after a couple of weeks, when there's some load in the bar, we'll be a lot closer to touching it without just dumping the shoulders down to get there. And we're throwing 2 plates on. Things should move okay, feeling pretty good. Anything over 12 reps and I will be quite satisfied. But I'm not going to force them if it's not there today. Strength is there, but I feel like I'm slipping a bit in the bench. Just gonna figure that out. It's reasonably aggressive, so don't.
Yeah, I should max out.
That's a good position, you know.
It's coming there.
And Callie's joining in, so he's either going to tear a pec or do 50 reps. For that, you know. Now, if you want us to wait a little bit longer, or I can't really do much earlier.
No, I was
but
going around.
No, would you not want us to go in with us now? I'd assumed you'd want to go in with us. And we were trying to get out of there quickly before Callie and Emma embarrassed me on the bench. Because if you don't know those guys, they are probably 2 of the coolest people in powerlifting. Emma is the president of the British Powerlifting Union, and the 2 of them have all-time world records, I believe, in equipped powerlifting. Callie has benched 525 in a band shirt, and Emma is getting close to 300. They're insane. And if this feels in any way comparable to Cambridge bar bench, I believe we should be on for 2 plates at least. If the main goal of the overhead press work is to get 140 overhead, it's likely I'll have to do at least 2 plates for 10 reps. So, well, we might be there today. We're going to get reasonably close to it, I hope, and then just build from there. Okay, let's start switching on for them now. Also, I am aware that this isn't a kind of crew overhead press, because bench is definitely on a bit of an incline. I don't see this, so it isn't the same. I know I won't be able to say I can just press 140 overhead when I do it, but I do think it will transfer over to my benching a little bit more, because the goal, I don't need to kind of learn to stabilize all of this with a weight overhead. I don't need to have to challenge myself to get into that overhead position. While I should be able to, and I'm definitely lacking there, I need to work on that. I don't want it to be the reason that I can't press more weight with my shoulders. I don't want it to be the reason my shoulders aren't stronger. So I'm happy with this for now. Right. Ooh, probably a little bit past the RP I wanted, but I wasn't going to stop at 9. So I'm pretty happy with that, but that likely means that when I said I need 10 reps to overhead press 140, I was wrong, because we will need to be stronger than this to do that. Okay, same reps as last week, but an extra 10 kilo. Good progress. 5, let's go. Yeah, you're on. Index fingers on, yeah? Yeah. Yours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Cool. When you need the belt to spot on bench press, you know it's some serious weight. That's awesome. Glad you enjoyed it. And when Sarah stops waffling, we'll get back into doing some weightlifting. Right, up 10 kilo from last week. Goal on the dips is to get a good stretch at the bottom and then be really consistent with that lockout at the top. I feel like I'm quite notorious for just kind of doing kind of half reps or not fully locking it out. Okay, something. Whew. Okay. All right, let's go now, come on. Yep. Let's go now, come on. Yours. Press. 2, 3, 4, 5. Take it. There you are. That's
There's one breath.
blood pressure training.
Yeah, that creates a bit of tolerance for the
Yeah.
tension.
And now I have to follow that with some tricep row pushdowns. Don't know if it will be as entertaining to watch though. But I just put as much intent into each one of these and we'll be good. I'll do a bit of a back off set there because I'm not getting great connection on that kind of weight. And I am in the way, so I'm going to get through this one quickly. Did not drop that enough. If I want Miana to stop shouting at me for being very narrow and not having lats, I gotta start training them harder and more. All right, come on. Let's go, Kelly, come on. Yeah, you're on.
All right.
Yours. Press. 2, 3. Wait out. Your side out. Yeah, we're good. Woo. You good?
Thank you very much.
Content.
That went very fast. I didn't feel it when you're drifting.
No, I watched
There was,
it.
oh, it drifted, then he's gone.
I watched it drift. I was just coming in, but it just went under.
Yeah, I just got caught under there. And back to regular training where I'm not in fear of my own and other people's lives. Well, if I don't do this well, I don't know how violent Miana will be when I get to see her. I'll get one more in. Okay. Last one. And we are nowhere near as crampy as we were last week, so either the hydration protocol or just things are starting to kind of level out. Post-calm, post-sickness, having the diet back on track. I think we're in the clear. Okay. And into some face pulls now. Really looking for some external rotation. Letting the head go at the bottom. Pull everything back, spread the bar, or spread the rope, drive the chin back. A lot going on here, but do them right and they will work well. And well, I'm already in a rush. I just noticed that the battery on the mic is pretty low, so I'm gonna start moving through these, which probably isn't a bad idea anyway, but keep the rest times a little bit shorter. Everything remaining is pretty low intensity anyways, in terms of loading, so I don't mind the short rest times. Incline dumbbell hammer curls. Goal here is to get a nasty pump, but alongside that getting a good stretch, lengthen out that bicep tendon. We mightn't push much heavier next week on those. It's probably heavy enough for bicep work, and we'll either pull back, go higher reps, or take the same weight for more reps. Had a little bit of annoying QL stuff last week, all the way up to Friday, but then I threw in some side bends and they felt a lot better. So, like Seth's actually been doing on his vlogs, I might throw a little bit of a twist into these and see if that will help. Because I'm starting to feel it again after the overhead press. That was difficult. Let's lighten that up a bit. I really want to get through all this before this mic dies, so I don't have to do any voiceover stuff at home again. Let's get into it. That is hard but fun. I'd recommend it. Last movement, we're going back to McLeod flies. We're going to try and load these up eventually and really work on that squat position because mine is poor. Last set of the day. That is day 2 of week 2 done. We're on to vlog number 6 here. I'm hoping this one is better, and I'm really hoping the mic doesn't cut out right now. But a good training session. Not sure if there are PRs in the OHB, but definitely close. Definitely on the right track. Dips need to get way better. I used to be way better at dips than I am right now, but haven't trained them in a long time, so I don't expect them to be very good. But we'll get there. And if we can kind of really push those numbers up on dips and overhead press, and then things like the cambered bench, all of these weird movements right now, then when I come into meet prep and I get more specific with my accessories, secondaries, and my main work, it should transfer over pretty well. Yeah. Also have Callie and Emma down. I know Emma hasn't really been on camera, but she is over there. I think she makes 220, if not more, for reps in the shirt. Callie, like reps at 350. I know that one is a little bit scary, but he's good. We're all good. It's really crazy to have 350 fall over your face and just get up and laugh about it. So I like that we've got that kind of stuff going on here. And yeah, one of the last remaining equipped gyms in the country, pretty much. You know, Southside obviously has their good crew, and Sammy and the boys in Reform. Awesome. Trying to keep it alive. Definitely a few more out there that I'm leaving out, so no offense, but I doubt you're listening to this. Yeah, we are heading back to deadlifts on Friday. Plan for deadlifts on Friday is to push something a little bit heavier, because I want to set myself up for something moderately heavy now the next week, so that I can kind of start making a decision on whether I want to keep pulling conventional, try this prepping into the meet, or get back to the sumo work. And I know a 4-inch stiff bar block pull isn't very kind of specific to, or it's not really going to tell me a huge amount, but if I can do a triple with over 300 kilo, I should be on for giving that a crack, and then we'll work our way down and see how the bottom end feels when all of this stuff is in the way, and see if I can even get into a good position. But I think I'm okay to figure it all out. But yeah, I will catch you guys on Friday then.